Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back again to Vanzi channel. This time I will share again the top list of Gamehub aka Gamefusion emulation that you can play Playable on Android devices with Snapdragon 8 Elite processors. Some of the following gameplay, the settings that will be given may be less precise, so please correct them in the comments with polite language. Okay, no more talk. Let's begin. First list, Watch Dogs 2. This is one of the heavy games made by Ubisoft that you can now play quite playably on Gamefusion on your devices. Second, Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs is an open-world third-person action game, which now you can also play smoothly on the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. Use the system driver to run. Third, Alone in the Dark. This cool survival horror game can definitely be played very smoothly on your device. I recommend using the driver settings below. 4. Dying Light. By using the right settings and the recommended drivers below, you will definitely be able to play this fun zombie games without any problems. 5. Resident Evil 2 Remake. No doubt. Almost all Resident Evil franchises can be played by this elite Snapdragon 8 with frames per second around 30 or even more smoother. 6. Devil May Cry 5. This cool game can be played playable. Please use the default DXVK version 1.103 to run this game. But if you have better suggestions, please comment. 7. Stray. This game can be played stably at around 60 frames per second on this processor. Below are some recommended settings that you might want to use on Gamefusion to run this game. 8. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. One of the latest games from the Freddy's game franchise that successfully makes players feel the horror when playing it. 9. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate Edition. If you are a fan of fighting genre games, of course you should not miss this cool game. No, you can run it. 10. Resident Evil 3 Remake. RE3 is well made, graphics are amazing, gameplay is uncanny, and storyline is incredible. One downside for the game is that it's a short one. 11. Need for Speed Most Wanted. This game is a modernized version of a Need for Speed game made in 2005. This one has better graphics and a great variety of cars. 12. Tomb Raider. This is one of the most tried games on emulation, especially for Windows emulation. You can play this game very playable on Gamefusion. 13. Elex II. Elex II pitches itself as an advanced world simulation, with the actions you take in-game having a direct effect on the world around you. 14. Scars Above. One of the games with quite stunning graphics and unique gameplay. You can now play this game quite well on Snapdragon 8 Elite for your devices. 15. Silent Hill 2 Remake. Play one of the best games from the Silent Hill franchise on your high-end device. Use the recommended system drivers and DXVK below. 16. Fallout 4. By using the recommended settings below, you can play this best game on the Snapdragon 8 Elite device, or you can use your best settings. 17. Control. This is also one of the games with quite unique gameplay for you to play. There are several settings to lock the FPS in this game at 30. 18. Outcast: A New Beginning. It's an open-world science fantasy action-adventure game where you explore a living alien world and fight with outstanding special powers. 19. Sekiro: Shadow Die Twice's. Finally, you can play this best Souls-like game with the FPS obtained is quite playable on this Snapdragon 8 Elite. 20. Jump Force. One of the fighting games that is quite popular among emulation game players. The graphics in this game are also quite impressive to see. 21. The Witcher 3. With the right settings, you can play this game with stable FPS approaching 60 seconds. You can also use your own settings that you think are better to use them. 22. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. The game is the sequel to Rise of the Tomb Raider and is the 12th mainline entry in the Tomb Raider series. 23. GTA 5. Whether on Winlator or Gamefusion, both of these emulators can play this best game very smoothly. Use your best setting to run this game playably. 24. State of Decay. Most of the games listed in the Gamefusion emulator use the same settings. You can take the settings referenced below to run this game stably. 25. Assassin's Creed 4: Black Flag. This is one of the best stealth kill games with better graphics if you play it on Gamefusion or Winlator emulation. 26. Street Fighter V: Champion Edition. The most robust version of the acclaimed fighting game. Choose from 40 diverse fighters, 34 dynamic stages, and over 200 stylish costumes. 27. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Use System Driver and DXVK version 1.10.3 to play this game more stable and playable. 28. Need for Speed Rivals. Need for Speed Rivals is one of the best racing games from the NFS series, which can also be played stably on Snapdragon 8 Elite. 29. Hitman Absolution. Hitman Absolution marks a faithful, gorgeous, and only occasionally maddening return for a series that's been gone far too long. 30. Rise of the Tomb Raider. This game raises the bar set by Lara's last outing with a rollicking adventure story. Strong villains, gorgeous vistas, and smart puzzles. 31. Assassin's Creed Rogue. This is a great game in Assassin's Creed series and is totally underrated with such a different story to the other games. 32. Grid Autosport. Grid Autosport is a fully premium experience with content that will take you forever to complete, a ton of ways to play, and fantastic visual graphics. 33. Touken Ranbu Warriors. Touken Ranbu is very much a modern Warriors game in the way that it gives you a wide range of abilities. 34. One Piece Burning Blood Gold Edition. This game can also be played well on the Vita emulator. However, the graphics presented in the Windows game look more better. 35. No Man's Sky. The gameplay shown below is still not optimal and requires more settings to get into the game. Use better settings than this. 36. Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15 was the best journey I ever had with a video game. The storyline was amazing. Now you can play this game on this chip. 37. Nier Replicant. Nier Replicant is an action RPG with obvious flaws involving outdated quest design and repetitive combat. This game running playable now? "38. The Evil Within, one of the best survival horror games I've ever played back when it was on the PlayStation 3 console. Now with better quality, you can play this game more stable." 39. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. By using the driver system in DXVK 1.10.3, this game is very playable to play right now on this processor. Final list. Ghost Runner. Ghost Runner is a game about acrobatic routines, about devising them and performing them. It's what everything boils down to. You're an incredibly agile character who can wall run, slide around, swing around, dash around, and even slow time. That's a list of 40 playable games that you can play on Gamefusion using the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. There are still many games that can be played stably on this chipset, but I can only give you information from several people who have played the games. Okay, if you feel this video is useful for you, don't forget to share this video, like this video, and subscribe to the Van Z Gaming channel. Okay guys, see you next time. Bye.